Are we ready? Is this it? All right. Hey guys, this is Supermain. We're gonna be doing some F-099 all tracks with Golden Fox, and we have Zewing here with us. So you can introduce yourself.
You already did. You ruined all the fun. But yeah, I'm Zewing. I'll help him commentate.
All right. I'll do a quick countdown here. So 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
So we'll be starting off with Mute City and doing Night League, going through to Queen League, and then finishing off with King League, which, if you guys know the SNES game, it's the exact same tracks.
Yeah,
And
like,
yeah, go ahead.
I believe categories what all tracks practice mode. It's 15 tracks, and you're specifically using this vehicle. Why?
Because it's the best, obviously.
Oh,
Well,
he's pushing my buttons. And no,
well,
he's actually not wrong. This vehicle is actually really good in this game. If you look at his ghost right there, it shows when you go extremely, we'll say risky. Like, it's really hard to outrun a fox.
you can see the Stingray just caught up with me, my Stingray ghost. And the Stingray does not get as many boosts as the Fox. That's the cool thing about the Fox. You actually get the most amount of boosts per lap, uh, like consistently compared to any other vehicle. The issue with it though is that your top speed only clocks out at 437, which is the slowest in the game.
Yeah, quick rundown of vehicle stats. I mean, the Fox has the least speed but the most acceleration. So, if you spin out somehow, it has insane recovery. But also the downside is its body is very weak. So hitting a rail costs a lot more energy compared to any other vehicle. So it's a very high risk, high reward vehicle. That was pretty decent Mute City.
Yeah, the last turn was really good as well. Got
Yep.
Big Blue here, which, I mean, as far as the Night League, I'd say it's my second favorite course behind Silence, which will be coming up soon.
Wow, you're a silence enjoyer?
I am a Silence enjoyer.
Wow.
What's your favorite
Well,
Night League?
I mean, Big Blue, obviously. It's mostly for the music, but it's a very balanced course. I mean, you can kind of see like Mute City's a very wide open, very few corners. This course kind of introduces a lot of different elements. For one, some left turns.
Yeah.
um, but
Forgot that
there's
was
also
even a thing in this game.
yeah, and also dirt. Anytime you run over dirt and you're not under boost state, you just lose some speed. Um, there's like little patches on the side, usually where we boost with Stingray, but me in particular, I don't know the typical strategies involving the Fox, but you'll kind of notice the best time for him to boost is whenever he's cornering, because if you look at his speed up there, he kind of has to lose a tremendous amount of speed just to take corners efficiently. So it's kind of an interesting concept. Like, this vehicle was able to take away one of its weaknesses with one of its greatest strengths, which is its boost. So it's a really I don't even know how to describe it. Like, I'm used to grip vehicles. This vehicle just
Yeah, the
stayed fast.
grip is very bad. Like you have to angle your car and actually let go of the accelerator completely in order to take some corners properly.
Yeah, and as odd as that looks, that is the optimal way to take corners with Golden Fox, is to completely release the accelerator, um, and then just boost immediately afterwards. So, and coupled with the fact that it's got like some of the most insane recovery when it comes to the refiller, you're really not losing much. I would say boost economy per lap. Like Stingray, for instance, you get one boost, two if you're lucky per lap. This vehicle just goes ham all the time.
Yeah. If you're not boosting, you're losing.
Yep.
That's the motto.
Yeah, and we got Standocean here. Standocean is actually a very long course. I believe it might be the second longest course in the game, behind Firefield, and it also means that this is probably the worst course for this vehicle, since there's a lot of time. Like you can see the Stingray Ghost right there. Just
Yeah, I have no chance now. Stingray's gone. Say
yeah,
goodbye to Stingray.
yeah. This is one of the few courses where I would absolutely say that a Stingray is about as dominant as a Fox on its best courses.
Yeah, this
But that
game really favors the Fox just because of how the boost system works. I would say if you're playing in Grand Prix or even 99s, you have likely lost to the same Fox 100 times in a row. And that might be me, possibly.
yeah, it's just trippy watching it take these corners, because you're almost like drifting around these corners. Because these aren't like quick, short degrees. Like these are extreme angles. Like you're basically I can't even think of the inputs you would do, but you're not. It's some kind of weird drifting. Is all
It's
I
a
know.
lot of, like, I guess, flicker hitting, where you're, letting go of boost, clicking L, clicking R, clicking whatever, trying to get through these. Well, that one was kind of bad, but I think you understand what I meant. And I forgot to boost, but it's fine.
And one of the great things about this game is that you can actually tell what inputs are being entered if you just look at the vehicle's like the flaps on the side. So you so even though like maybe an input viewer isn't being used, you can kind of gauge like what buttons are being pressed. Like here, you see how like the vehicle is lifting to the left. That tells you that he's leaning. The flaps on the vertical flaps tell you that the control stick's being used. By the way, what controller do you use?
I'm using a Pro controller, and I'm
Alright.
using the analog stick actually, which is not optimal.
Whoa. And you're just good with an analog stick. That's actually impressive.
Yeah, I think my FPS gameplay definitely helped with the analog gameplay here.
So Deathwind obviously has this.
Oh,
You can kind of see the little white lines going on the track. Like that's actually pushing against the vehicle, so you're not able to go straight. Once you're out of the effective boost state, I should clarify the track boost state, not your boost state. You start being pushed towards the outside of the track. Um, and also, you do hit 999 in this for like a brief amount of time, and then you just lose all that speed really fast.
the main
Just as
thing
far as
is not wanting to also boost over those pads, because it'll just eat up your boost.
yeah, like if you really want to see like the biggest difference between this and Super Nintendo, just looking at how the interaction between the ground boost and just how fast you lose speed is. This course basically shows it all.
I was just imagining my experience on Deathwind 2, where I was doing full 360s because of the way the boosters work.
Yep. Deathwind 1, just to, I guess, finalize it, is so hard to to beat a Fox on. Like that is it's that's basically it's. I think it's one of its best. Okay, well here's silence. So do it.
Ugh,
Yeah,
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 not
yeah.
bad.
You got it. That is very precise. I mean, it's not extremely precise, but just being able to get over even a smidge of that corner with with a non stingray is very difficult.
Because the turning is
Um,
very hard with the Fox, so yeah, let's see again. Yeah, so caught it a little bit better that time.
yeah. So when you hit a jump plate in this game, you go 478. So well, you don't go 478. You're capped at 478. But the speed that you hit a jump plate influences your distance. So a fox going 430 will never clear that gap. But by boosting a little bit before it and just hitting
Just at
I
that
think it's
time.
like 500, you gain just enough speed, even though your angle is like really off, to take a little bit of a shortcut.
I think all you need is about 470 to actually make it, or maybe even 465.
I think it's about 460, but that's with a great angle.
Alright, nice.
Oh, that's a good
3
one.
out of 4, yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
You
And
take that?
silent. Yeah. Showing why you like the courses. Very smooth cornering. And I don't think I've tested it, but I'm sure if you blow up before the finish line, it doesn't count in this game. And every F-Zero after this, it counts. I wish they would have brought that mechanic back. Okay. Wow, to go from Silence to Whiteland 2 just looks so trippy, doesn't it?
Yeah. This
Like,
is Queen Tracks now. Queen League.
yep.
And
So,
courses get a little bit harder, but not too much harder. This game, besides I would say the King League, most of the tracks are a breeze.
yeah, Whiteland 2 in particular, I would like to say it's not as hard as it looks, but it is also probably the trickiest course for people to figure out initially. Because if you notice this section right here, it's just a wall of rails, and
You can go over them though.
yeah, you can go around them, but my goodness, that's a hefty detour. So even though this vehicle probably shouldn't be going through rails, it's still ideal because if you look at like how much energy got regained, I mean that's like what, a tenth of a second away from having full health. Like this vehicle's recovery is insane in the fillers, and really every vehicle has to deal with the barriers here.
Alright, is it possible? Can we PB?
Oh,
Is it gonna happen?
oh,
We'll see.
oh. Marathon TV.
PB on at least one course would be pretty cool.
Yes, it would.
We got 2 more turns. Oh,
Oh,
so
my
close to
goodness.
the side. I got really scared, but we still did it.
Is that a PB?
Yes, it is. 154.39 on that one.
Marathon strat. But yeah, you guys don't realize how close he was to blowing up there. Like when you have no health, just grazing a pixel of that rail is enough to blow up. And I swear I thought he was going to blow
I
up.
thought I did too.
So
We'll take it.
Whiteland. Yep. So this is Whiteland 1. So there's quite a few things that get introduced here. Ice was actually in the last course, but it doesn't really do much with you. This course, the ice will affect you. This is probably everybody's like spin out course if they've ever had a problem. Just
Oh,
yeah, like that.
yeah.
It's very easy like to lose grip. There's magnets on the ground, which I believe the purpose of them was just to make sure you didn't like take that like that shortcut over that gap. But like, it doesn't prevent you, really. This was one of the few courses that actually had a shortcut exclusive to this game. Nintendo patched it out, I believe, a couple of months ago.
Have you seen the new one?
Funny enough, that one existed in the Super Nintendo version, but
Oh,
it
okay.
never, like, it would not allow you to actually go without the UFO. So it's still interesting that this game still has something like that.
I did practice it for a bit, but it's just as precise as the super skips, the other one, and you are not saving as much time, so it's definitely like an IL strat, I would guess.
Yep. boost strategy here. Obviously, like you're cutting into rails, cutting into that dirt because they're very long, sweeping corners. And if you're going to boost out of it immediately, it's a 2-for-1. You want to boost out of corners anyways with the fox, and you're cutting a lot of distance. So you're kind of seeing this. What makes this category pretty interesting is that you're not dealing with a lot of random aspects. It's really just you at your best, really. And it's also cool that you can put multiple ghosts to show like paces and whatnot.
Also, it's pretty interesting that almost all vehicles are like kind of viable in this category. Like all the times are within like 5 seconds of each other ish.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you do have to land on the actual pad with the golden fox, or else you will not be able to hit that skip. I think you need 460 or 450 speed to actually hit that corner skip.
Yeah, in the original game, you needed to do a strat similar to what the fox has to do in this, because I don't know if they moved the track in or if the jump physics were just changed a little bit, but that's I wouldn't even classify that as a shortcut anymore, just because of like you can actually just boost into the plate and you'll take it consistently, but
Oh, that was a
using
really good one.
yeah, using your valuable boost resource for a shortcut when you could do it without it. So like you have options, especially if you're in Grand Prix, like racing other opponents.
Alright guys, I have not decided yet if I want to do what I want to do with this track yet. So we're going to figure it out as we go.
Wild. Okay, well,
That's the first one.
yeah, this is probably the most, I believe, famous shortcut in F-Zero. Like the fact that it still worked day one in '99 is pretty funny. Um, you'll kind of
Ooh.
notice that if you've ever played this course in 99 mode recently, like this is not viable. Like they took the recovery rate that for the vehicle putting it back on the course, and it takes a tremendous amount of time. However, they allowed it in to remain where it is in oh, that was so close. You're scaring me. like, like that. I mean, you aim for a good part of the track because that's the closest to the track. So even at low speeds, it makes it a lot safer. But yeah, this is just a blitz. Like how
I got scared and
you
boosted.
just last minute just be like, yeah, I'm gonna pull off this harder version of this strat. Just
4-4. Let's get it, baby.
yeah. I'd give you a round of applause. Yeah.
I
Thank
don't
you.
think I will do it for Port Town 2, but
Yeah, that's you were so freaking close to just okay. Okay, so oddly enough, the first course of Queen League is the last course of Queen League, which is everybody's favorite course, Butte City, except one extra left turn.
I would say this one is actually my favorite Mute City.
I agree wholeheartedly. This is actually like there's so much technical stuff in here by them just adding 2 jump plates. Like it opens up a lot of possibilities for these vehicles, especially the Fox. Any course where you have a jump plate gives the Fox a lot of extra time for speed because its max speed's 430. But when you're in the air, you go to 478, I believe.
Ah, that was
Yep.
a weird boost area, but a little backup strat to figure it out. Usually we like to take the ramp because, as he was saying, it's good for the Fox.
Yeah, and no, probably one of the first instances I believe of dry boost. I don't know if that's. I think that's the community term we use. But effectively, when you're in a power down state, you are seriously one pixel of damage away from blowing up. But one of the I think unintended side effects of this is that you can get a emergency boost. I believe the intent behind it was to like allow you to inch your way to the finish line and just barely survive. But if you're really aggressive, and I mean like dangerously aggressive with it, it's one of the most broken techniques in the game.
A little bit too much of the side there, but we're already at the end, so.
And there's a saying I don't know if it's me or others, but we say if you're not on fire as a fox,
Oh.
you're not going fast enough.
We just went into the same track, so we'll back out.
RNG manipulation,
Yeah.
guys. Yeah, we got to get that Squirtle. Oh, wrong game.
Yeah, that'll
Okay.
happen if you're trying to be quick with the menuing.
Okay, now for Mute City 3. If you notice, there's a theme between Mute City 1, 2, and 3. Mute City 3 is at, I believe it's what? Mute City 1's at day, Mute City 2 is at...
Like evening time?
Yeah, I don't know the proper terms, but it's like, there's 4 times of day
At
and...
sunset, maybe?
Yeah. We'll just say nighttime. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I also have to say, if you look at the visuals in the background, like, they definitely added a little bit of more, I don't know, flair, like, just moving parts in the background. If you ever took the time to look at what got added in this update, it wasn't just a simple addition. Like, they definitely tried to breathe life into this game. Definitely, appreciate the touch. Mute City 3, unfortunately, is just Mute City 1, except mine.
And they took out the ramp, the best part of Mute City 1.
It's actually a really interesting... In the concept of this game, that makes a world difference in how you approach this in Grand Prix mode. And especially, even in Time Attack, like, you don't have the extra benefits of the 478 from the jump plate. So you might have to change your boost strategy just slightly. Even though it's the same course, like, just a small change is enough to just impact you.
Yeah, I think on average it's like maybe 0.5 seconds faster without the or with the jump pads, so
Yeah,
it's a small difference, but it's enough.
yeah, very small. Like, lots of things in this game
It
are
helps
just
out the Stingray big time for it because Stingray does not like to take the ramps.
yeah, it's more of like it's in its way. So
Yeah.
definitely. So this course is actually, I feel like this is probably one of the better improvements in this game, is the fact that, like,
The boosts
you
don't
notice,
kill you?
yeah, that's actually the thing. Like, you actually lose so much speed so fast that you don't have to slam into a wall and take the corners. It's definitely one of the more technical courses, and it's also one of the riskiest courses because, like, if you miss a single boost,
It's
like,
over.
it's over.
Like, everyone just flies by you, and your speed is like at 350 if you actually miss any of these.
Yep. And it may not seem like it, but just getting and hitting every single boost plate on this track is very tricky. That's probably the number one skill, or I guess objective, anybody should learn when they're trying this course to go fast. You have to do everything in your power to hit these boost plates. Like especially this one right here before the refiller. That is easily one of the hardest
I think
things.
that's the hardest one for sure. For sure.
Even if you have to let go of the accelerator, you got to hit every boost. I mean, there's also dirt in this course, but it's more of like, I would say, a nuisance, because like it really doesn't affect you unless you're battling people. And then that's when you can lose your traction and whatnot.
If you're in 99, you definitely want to spin around those. It'll help you maintain space around the other people. Oh. Forgot this was the last lap. We're going too fast. I need to slow down.
There you go, you're smoking. You're going fast. Okay, so
All right, this
Porktown
one, I'll relax on this one a bit. We'll go around the other way to give you guys a little change of scenery, I guess, since the beginning is basically the same.
Yep, Porktown 2 is basically Porktown 1 for half the course, and then they added an extra leg at the end that's probably one of the more technical, like, portions of any track in this game. If any of you've ever played Pro Tracks or just Grand Prix mode, this is probably the course that caused you a lot of issues. And it is hard. Like this, I still feel this is one of the hardest tracks in the game, not because of like the difficulty of it, but the fact that when you add vehicles in a confined space, it's just unbelievably difficult and stressful.
I did time that area out, and it's better to just hug around the first corner and then boost afterwards. It saves you a slight amount of time. Because when you're boosting around the corner, you're not necessarily taking the best line, always.
And this course also has, I believe it's one of the few instances of this game of, I think they're called magnets, rail magnets. So they pull him to the inside, to the side of the track that he's on. While that's happening, it's like the wind on Deathwind. Like it doesn't actually affect your speed, but it is forcing you to angle your car so that you don't like just grind the rail, lose a lot of health. Oh no, you're doing the strafe strats.
Yeah, I'm dancing.
Uh,
You don't like those?
well, I don't
It's not a
understand.
strat. I was just dancing, really.
It actually is a strat because it, this is like a very obscure Super Nintendo knowledge, but anytime you're actually strafing in the game, you're actually losing forward velocity. So if you're going 478 in a straight line and you hit the L button, you
Yeah,
actually lose a little bit of speed. So a lot of high level Fox players will use that knowledge and strafe throughout the
there's a better strat now, in my opinion, anyways. Where you kind of angle. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. A little bit of weird start there. Uh,
head of burning.
yeah, where you basically just angle your car out and hold L kind of thing, and it
Yeah,
allows you slightly more time than the L and R.
it's funny because it's not like you're optimally losing distance
Yeah.
in refiller distance. It's hard to wrap my head around, but the concept is Golden Fox has such a powerful recovery that even an extra frame in there is like significant for it. Um, most vehicles will not benefit from an extra frame or an extra few frames of recovery because they don't have a lot of recovery. But the Fox is, I mean, you see how fast it gains health up there.
Oh,
Like it's
I'm already
absolutely,
at full health.
yep. Red Canyon 2 um, doesn't have a shortcut, so you got to make sure you're on Red Canyon 2 and don't just accidentally go into that void to the right.
The funny thing
um,
is, in classic mode, they actually have the right side, and I've jumped on there almost every single time.
yeah, it's just what they did back in the day to. I mean, it's just a little technique, but you you can't do the shortcut here. The jump plate on the left side is the ideal path to take here. Like it may not sound like that much, but the only reason you would ever take the right side is if you have very little speed, which I can't even tell you the threshold because I've never been able to get that slow because you got 3 jump plates before it. But if you really wanted to have like a little hidden backdoor strat, if you think you can boost a couple extra times than your opponent, boost on the right side with the mine because you
Yeah.
will overtake them. Oh, the grand finale, Firefield.
A lot of people's favorite track, mostly because it's got everything.
Yes.
And Fox doesn't get automatic wins on this track, so.
I know when this course dropped, my day one prediction was that like Blue Falcon would be a very difficult vehicle to beat on this course. You see these corners right here are just nasty. Like those are so hard to take with any vehicle. You also got your famous fire ice, I guess. I don't know. It's the future. What do I know?
It is slippery as hell. Like, I guess
Yep.
it's fire.
Yeah, the fact that they added ice and fire field, just like they. I mean, I'm surprised they didn't try to add a magnet on here just to give another layer of difficulty. This is a very, very difficult course. Like,
Nice,
especially when
another
you add
second
traffic.
turn.
Like, it's difficult.
All the turns are basically hairpin turns, so you do have to take them really, really well, or risk losing your entire health and a lot of speed.
So the first three left,
And
you're
I
gonna.
am. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good.
I was just saying I'm kind of ahead of my my ghost. I don't know, man. Do we take the risk? Seems like
Oh,
a bad
absolutely.
idea.
Oh,
I think we have to though.
give the people what they want.
All right, I guess we have to.
But yeah, the first three laps, play the same, but the final lap, because of where the end is
Oh,
and where the refiller is, you would just simply skip the final the final refiller, and just take the shorter path. I believe it ends up being like by the time you hit the boost, you would have had you skipped it, you would have already crossed the finish line. So it saves like I believe half a second just to skip it on the final lap.
okay, so this is the risky boost here. So, and we had a good turn, so that's also good.
That is such a hard corner. Like, I mean, I say that a lot this run, but like this is a very difficult vehicle to use. Like definitely. Oh my goodness. You have.
And we did it! Let's go, dude! 252, that's my first 252.
I believe it's time.
I've been practicing, yeah, time, sorry guys.
Oh,
I was too excited.
two PBs on a run, and the fact that you just went to 0 health on the final. You're a
Oh.
madman.
GG's. Thank you guys very much for having us. Genuinely, I appreciate it. I'd like to give a big shout out to the F-Zero community as well. They've been nothing but great to me, so thank you guys very much. You got anything else to say, Zewing?
Go fast.
Go fast. Let's get it, guys.